We had these neighbors, Mr. and Mrs. Brisbane, and they listened to great music when I was a teenager, whether they wanted to or not. When our kids were teens, I came home from work most nights to discover that our house was moving. My sons had commandeered my stereo and were playing music that sounded like angry cats chasing a bagpiper. The place was shaking. It's good vibrations, they said. Now, don't get me wrong, I love loud music. I don't think heaven will be a quiet place where we sit on our rockers and play our harps unplugged. It will be an eternal celebration, which will involve some noise. When I was a wee lad, noise was a big part of my life. Summertime, I worked in construction with jackhammers and nail guns, real ones, unlike these. At night, I put on my headphones and fell asleep somewhere between Chicago and Boston. Sometimes I missed those good old days. But more than anything, I miss my hearing. We were going shopping and my wife asked me, "Do you have a list?" I thought she said, "Do you have a lisp?" No, I don't have a lisp, babe. It's true, that's what happened. Oh man. Hearing loss is the fastest growing, most chronic condition facing North Americans today, with over 40 million adults who say they suffer from hearing problems. One day I stood in a cafeteria line beside a teenager who had surgically implanted headphones just above his earrings. I smiled at him, then mouthed a question. Kindly removing the headphones, he cocked his head. "Are you okay?" I asked. "It sounds like someone's killing chickens in there." He started laughing. "Killing chickens," he said, sliding the headphones back into place and turning up the chickens. You know, hearing loss is by no means new. Ancient papyrus from Egypt shows that men working near Nile waterfalls developed it. If you've worked in a church nursery, you likely have it from all that screaming. But lately, the culture of noise has descended on us with a vengeance. Movie theaters have pumped up the volume. Bands at wedding receptions are tired of being background music. Every part of our environment has increased its noise. Urban traffic, heavy equipment, power tools, even hair dryers in washrooms. And maybe we're losing something even more valuable. In C.S. Lewis's The Screwtape Letters, wicked Uncle Screwtape boasts, "We will make the whole universe a noise. The melodies and silences of heaven will be shouted down in the end." Richard Foster, the author of Freedom of Simplicity, agrees. "Our adversary majors in three things," he wrote: noise, hurry, and crowds. If he can keep us engaged in muchness and manyness, he will rest satisfied. Some of us fear silence. If we stop, we might have to think for ourselves. So instead, we miss the quiet whisperings of God. He can be heard anywhere, of course, but he rarely speaks in traffic jams while we honk our horns. God is best heard where noise does not distract and interrupt. The Bible has much to say about the merits of quietness. Psalm 23 celebrates a shepherd who leads us beside noisy waters, still waters, who restores our soul. Isaiah 30:15 says, "In quietness and confidence shall be your strength." I have been amazed at what happens when we chill out, get quiet, watch a bird feeder or a sunset, rather than a television or phone. We observe the works of God. We grow in wisdom and find direction. We see that we are finite and God is eternal. We begin to enjoy a calm confidence in the one who gave us his Son, and the joy begins to return. I once thought I'd find this peace and joy from a lack of hardship, but it comes from an unflinching desire to be with the God who is with us, the God who deepens us in the quiet places. Gotta tell you, no one loves a good movie or a loud celebration more than this guy does. But there's a time to be still and to listen, to pull the plug on the kingdom of noise. I think I'm gonna do that now because it's getting a little loud in here, you guys. I think my son found my... Subscribe to Laugh Again TV. Subscribe to Laugh Again TV.